Hey guys, in this first video we're going to set up our environment for our instrumentation videos. For our instrumentation videos, what we're going to need is text editor. You can use whatever you like. You can use Beam, you can use Visual Studio Code, you can use whatever you think works well for you. We are going to need Frida and Frida command line. We're going to show how to install it. And we're also going to need a disassembler. And I'm going to use Radar 2. So there's times when we are going to need to disassemble things. So we are going to use Radar 2 and works well with the command line and it's it's good enough for the task. So first things first, we're going to get a terminal and we're going to install Frida. I have Python 3 version 3.10, so one of the latest versions. And we also need pip. If it is not installed, you can use the package Python 3 pip, which I have installed here. And with pip, we can install Frida. So pip will install Frida and Frida tools. So we can use Frida from Python bindings, and then we have our command line tools. But when we run the Frida command line command, it says command not found. This because it says the Frida tools have been placed in this path, so we need to actually append it to our path. So we're just going to, we don't have Vim, so we're going to install Vim. And we are going to export path, and we're going to tell it to export this path, then path. So this should get us going. So far we're gonna get a new shell and it says Frida is now working. We can test it out with like Frida user vim ls, and it does spawn in our shell. The process is now suspended. We can check the architecture, for example. We can check the ID, the process ID. We can check the pointer size, for example. So we have our setup now working. And the next step is actually getting Radar 2 working in our machine. So we're going to follow the instructions. I'm not sure if I have Git installed, so we're going to need Git. And we might need this package too, or big package config to build Radar 2. And then we're going to go to the Radar 2 repository. We're just gonna copy the instructions. They're pretty straightforward. You clone the repository in your local machine. Then when it is cloned, we just run this Radar 2 command to get it working. This one is going to compile, so it might take some time. Just gonna leave it running in the background. And another plugin we're going to be using for Radar 2 is R2 Frida. We might be using this one too, so we're going to install R2 Frida when we have our Radar 2 working. And we're also going to be using R2 Ghidra. So there's times when we want a cleaner decompilation, so we're going to be using this plugin. It works pretty nice, so I recommend it. So we're going to let it build, and this might compile faster in your virtual machine, but but I'm using a virtual machine and it's taking some time. And it looks like it's now finished. Then after we have installed Radar2, we're going to use R2PM update to update sync or package manager for Radar2. Then we're going to do a clean install R2PM for R2 Ghidra and R2 Frida. Well, firstly, we're going to do R2 Ghidra, just in case there's something wrong here. And once we have R2 Ghidra installed, we can install R2 Frida. We might need npm in here. What is it? It says kernel found, so we're going to need to install crow. And the next server is going to be probably Node.js, but I'm not really sure. Yeah, it's working well so far. So now we have Radar2 and we can use it like and then we can just run it this way.